I forgot to do. Who's that guy? This.
I think I might have some lads content coming in the pipeline.
That's good.
Some offlaner power rankings. I need to see everyone play though first.
We're only in the first couple series, yeah. That also means that you have to watch everyone play as well.
Yeah, that's gonna be the real. That's gonna be the real drag. It's gonna be one of those skilled pentagons, like like on your main profile in Dota, where it says like farming, fighting, etc.
Isn't that like super arbitrary though?
Yeah, it's arbitrary, but But the most important factor is manliness, and my pentagon I'm making for myself. I'm gonna have a 1 in every category, but a 10 out of 10 of manliness. That's what it takes to be an offlaner. Have you started the stream?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can tease. You can tease it.
5 seconds.
What is their name? If only you were older. Incredible. What a great name.
It
somewhat pedophilia.
Out of context, it sounds pretty bad. But Sawyer's co-worker, who's like 40, told him basically, if only you were older, I'd nail the fuck out of you or some shit, is what she said. So it became a meme for them, but then they realized it kind of sounds bad out of context. Oh well.
Yeah, that is pretty bad. I mean, like any. Yeah, you gotta be in the know. Which is probably a bad thing for people have just now started watching League of Lads, which if you are, turn around, I guess.
It's Ursa and Lion. I'm not surprised by either of these first bans.
We actually had a patch right before this too. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, we had a patch. Bristleback got directly nerfed. I don't know if Lion or Ursa got touched.
It was basically a bunch of direct nerfs. Centaur also got touched. I believe his Stampede cooldown got increased.
Yeah, that was the buff they gave him that made him like too strong. Was just permanent Stampede practically. Well, you would always have Stampede at least once per fight.
Made it super convenient to fight around not this long cooldown anymore.
The bristleback shit was just obscene with the Ags. Oh god.
I did. I actually never saw that, honestly.
The reason it's broken is because it makes his Q work like his W, so you don't have to target it and there's no cast point. So you can cast it while running without stopping now with the Ags. So he'd literally just be hitting for like 700 damage from his ulti.
What is the change again? Doesn't it increase the cooldown or something? Oh,
yeah, they increased it from 1.5 to 1.75.
AoE reduced by 50, so not much, but...
The cooldown's the big thing because it means less stacks on his ulti, which means he won't be hitting for literally almost 1,000 damage.
20 move speed to plus 15 damage to it, the level 10 talent, so a little bit of a nerf.
I have to assume the Earth Spirit ban is a respect ban, though.
What is that for my
Ours Rubik. There's your offlane duo.
That's probably... Doesn't seem too bad against Centaur. There's a lot of good spells to steal there. Yeah. Especially Rubik just amplifying the damage.
10 seconds remaining.
And then, of course, Stampede is a lot less useful when
5 seconds
your Mars just puts down an arena and they can't leave.
Yeah. The eggs doesn't even let you move out. Right?
I don't know if the Ags does actually. I think it shouldn't.
It probably shouldn't.
You can still be speared for sure.
Effect. Yeah.
I would pick my safe lane or position 5 here now if I was nearly tilted because I see what is almost certainly an offlane duo.
Yeah. Mars Rubik. It seems pretty decent too. You have lift into spear, at least some sort of setup.
Yeah. There's the Warlock. Very annoying hero to play against because there's not much you can do about it.
Also, just all nerfs.
Make sure that carry gets the farm.
That's the base strength reduced by 2 from 26 to 24. Cooldown duration reduced on Shadow Word from 12 to 10 seconds, and heal damage increased. So it might still do the full amount, except at level 4. It looks like they're just nerfing it for mid game. That's what that sort of seems like.
Oh yeah.
They upped it
I
by
see.
3. So the duration's less, but you do more healing at lower levels. So could be like a somewhat side grade almost. Slightly
No, it's still
more.
less overall. It
Yeah.
looks like because you lose 30 and then gain back 6, but it's still it's mostly a nerf to his mid game. And the sustain that he provides his team so easily.
Juggernaut out. That would have been like the dual healing there. Plus, you just want something that can't counter spear easily. Lifestealer might be next for them if that's what they're worried about.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Especially into a Mars strength core. Opens up your mid laner too if you don't have to worry about magic immunity.
10 seconds remaining.
I think this is a nearly tilted team as well that runs near safe lane still, or is he actually playing mid?
Radiant team ban.
Sorry, what was that?
Is Near playing mid or safe lane?
I think he's playing safe lane again. Pretty sure Near's back to safe lane.
Who's their mid? Maestro?
I thought Maestro was the 4 and he's an Earth Spirit player.
Oh, that might have been
Slendy.
Yeah.
Slendy's the mid.
Is it Slendy?
10
Okay.
seconds remaining.
I do believe so.
5 seconds.
This is the
remaining.
same lineup from last season too. Someone should make a lineup from season to season craft. Just a bar graph or something.
For like the
Dire
players.
team
Yeah.
ban.
Although I don't think too many players jump from team to team. It's mostly you leave a team, you create a new one.
Yeah, that's something we notice a lot. We feel like we're one of the 3 teams that's actually a team, and then most teams are just like stacks that get made for one league and then never play again.
Yeah, it's like Toxic Tacos. Nearly Tilted has played quite a while. Dark W.
Dire team
Unless Nearly Tilted played in other leagues, as far as I know, they're new to lads because Near was on
Oh, are
Nebula.
they? I remember casting Near's lineup before.
Near was
thought
on
he
Nebula
making
last
it.
season,
Oh yeah,
the Bulljack stack.
Nebula still.
From what I understand, they just had too many friends who all wanted to be on the same team, like 7 people, so they decided to just cut it in half and find a couple extra people. I don't think there was any bad blood though between Near and Bulljacks or anything.
Damn it. We need more
And there's a
blood.
Lifestealer ban. That makes sense. Both offlaners would be on Suicide Watch if they had to play
Screw
against
that. Tons
Lifestealer.
of bad blood. Near and Bulljack's got into a fist fight behind.
Oh, yeah, they
one of
hate
the
each-
houses.
yeah.
And, yeah,
Old
it
feud,
was
old feud.
Big feud.
Spectre ban makes sense. You don't see that hero picked without Warlock very often.
Opting not to go for the Lifestealer ban. We could see that picked up.
Radiant did.
Oh, they actually banned it themselves.
Yeah, Centaur doesn't like it.
Well, I guess either one, yeah. You have 2
Radiant
strength
team
offlaners. Really
And
like
Dire
these.
had the first pick of the phase, so if they wanted it, they could have had it. A Spirit Breaker. Okay, so that could be a 5 Rubik, actually. I think because of the way they reworked Rubik's E, a lot more people have been running it as a 5 instead of a 4.
10 seconds remaining.
2 melee. I guess
5
charge
seconds
is still
remaining.
set up for a spear. Somewhat. Obviously, the stun
real
isn't
combo.
as-
Is you ult someone, like you bash them out of the way of the spear by accident.
Yeah, we're probably gonna see that at least once.
That's
Bash
the
them
real
outside
trick.
of the Mars arena.
Oh
I don't know if
yeah,
that can
I think
actually
you
happen,
can.
but
I think so, because you can cliff people and then they just get the TP out for free by accident.
I really like the Spirit Breaker into the Warlock though. Just something to get into the back line, super easy. You don't have to rely on Mars as much to initiate fights if Spirit Breaker is just kind of YOLOing for you.
Dire team pick.
I feel like both teams really lack damage more than anything right now. Spirit Breaker does no damage.
It's a lot of
Rubik can do
utility,
damage,
yeah.
but is a 5, not really. Centaur's damage is mediocre with the build people are going now. And then Clock is good single target in the early game. But
Yeah, I think it's just a ton of utility for the mid game so far. None of these lineups seem like super quick in terms of pace. Obviously we haven't seen the cores yet, but
I think we're early on in the season. Maybe these teams are both still finding their footing. Because usually when when both teams just open 3-4-5, both teams are just kind of afraid to commit to a strategy, I think.
yeah, this seems like very open in what they can actually
Yeah.
go for
They
it.
don't have their like, this is the way our team plays. This is our hero we want to play around. They don't have that
Yeah.
yet. They don't have their identity. They'll get it. It's the season opener for these
phase,
teams,
yeah.
I believe.
Radiant team pick.
Void Spirit.
He's doing something in the Void Spirit. Decent against Clockwork too. It at least gets rid of some of the annoyingness from getting hooked. Removes the ability to gank as well from Clockwork into the mid lane, which should be a mid lane Void Spirit, I'm assuming.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, that's a Sawyer hero.
5 seconds.
Do you go for the
remaining.
mid laner here? You have you don't have last pick anyway, so I think Nearly Tilted should go.
Radiant team bad.
They do?
I believe I've heard that the Puck Void Spirit matchup is about who gets ahead.
So it's just skill based matchup. There's no.
Yeah, basically whichever person, because they build the same items practically, and their items counter each other. Whichever person gets one item ahead of the other guy
Remaining.
wins. It goes both ways.
Well,
like,
may not necessarily wins the game, but yeah, they have a lot rougher on the losing end there.
but
I mean, that's Yules on both of them, right?
I think we're gonna see some carry bans now. Hot take.
Hot take.
Man, there's already been 1, 2, 3, 4. If you count Bristleback, 4, and then 5, 6 carry bans in the pool. So there's gonna be like 10
Kind of surprised
carries banned.
Medusa
So
was banned after the nerfs as well. But it might just be something they don't want to play against like the first game pack. So
Deuce is just one of the heroes that makes people forget how to play Dota. You know, like you just get so afraid of the Deuce timer that you just throw when you're 500 gold from like a major power spike on your carry. And I'm not talking about this team in particular. Everyone's done it at some point.
5 seconds remaining.
It's just a hero. Like even if you beat a Deuce, you never want to play against it.
Team
dude, what carriers are even left? Sven?
I think Sven and Ursa are far and away these two absolute
Ursa's
strongest
gone.
heroes of the patch. I don't think anyone even comes close. I'm actually shocked neither of them were nerfed. But from what I've seen, those heroes are just obscene.
So it's probably Sven for one of these teams then, unless we see a ban in the last two.
Dire team bad.
Yeah.
Sven's
okay.
not amazing for Dire because there's really no one he can blow up because he can't really get on top of Puck
Pretty
without Puck just
tanky.
dodging it. Yeah.
I mean, you already have somebody to get on top of Warlock as well, so feels
Yeah.
kind of redundant. You probably just want more sustained damage. Maybe Wraith King for Dire.
Sven could be nice for Radiant though. He just blink. People aren't going Ags as much anymore. You just go blink and then Stormhammer the Void Spirit, and he's just dead if he doesn't dodge it in time.
Radiant team pick.
Phantom Lancer, Sven, Troll, Void Band.
So I really,
yeah, people
it's
have been
probably
playing
just
Void.
like Wraith King. Oh god, yeah, I'm trying to think of other cores.
Yeah, we're gonna see a Wraith King here. Someone wants to be really stupid would be the accurate word. We could see a carry Necrophos from one of these teams. I'm not biased at all
true.
here. It's decent.
I could dig
Both.
that.
Both offlanes are double melee strength.
Yeah. I was gonna say you have a lot of kill potential.
You lane it with the
once you get
Rubik.
level
If the
6.
Clockwork gets on top of you inside Cogs, Rubik just lifts him out. I'm not saying it's good, but I might draft it. I do love
I mean, there's
Necrophos.
really not many other choices.
Team pick.
Luna. Oh yeah, people have
That
been
makes sense.
really. But I feel like Luna doesn't want to play against any gap close, and currently Dire already has 3 really high tier gap close heroes.
Mm-hmm. You just get on top of you at the beginning of fights before you can really get much off.
10
Mhm.
seconds
Also,
remaining.
obviously, ranged heroes into Mars Arena is sad because they can't attack through the arena.
I mean, I guess the benefit for picking Luna is you have a lot of heroes that initiate fights for you with Clockwork Centaur. So hopefully you aren't getting gone on to start a fight, but
Yeah, obviously that's true. It's not as bad as like if you're against Centaur's Luna and then every hero on the enemy team suddenly has gap close.
Yeah.
That's the real sad matchup. In a coordinated environment, in my opinion, that's one of the worst.
I do like
But-
Clockwork paired with Luna in the lane as well. Or it's probably going to be Warlock Luna, but
Slark, okay.
Hero.
Centaur somewhat decent.
That is a 7k MMR Centaur War Runner.
We'll get to see. I need to learn from more offlaners. I've lost my offlane prowess that I never had.
I know the feeling.
One day. One day
I-
I'll become better at Dota 2.
I think. Who do you take to win this game?
I don't know. I kind of like the lineup from Nearly Tilted. I think takes fights a little bit easier. If they can get the jump, it's fantastic. I think Mars' job is kind of difficult here. It seems like your main target's just going to be Luna every single fight, and depending on where Clockwork is, Centaur's Puck is, it's going to be hard to initiate on that. So
I think I like Nearly Tilted better here. The only way that I could see Dire really having a win condition is into Slark, and Slark into Puck is a sad matchup. Generally, it's considered like Puck counter Slark.
yeah. There's a lot of lockdown for this Slark too. Just stuns that hit through the Ghost Shroud. Or not Ghost Shroud. Whatever his ulti is. That's Necrophos's.
Yeah, it's I see I'm infectious. I have that on your mind now too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dark Pact. Also, Slark has that new shard that gives him a second ulti basically, and it affects allies.
I mean, that could come into play. It is 1,400 gold for an item.
That's just pretty. I think that's like bought pretty commonly. It's pretty nutty actually. Just getting an extra ulti, even if it's only for 1.5 seconds or whatever.
What do you do for progression?
For item progression?
Yeah.
Who fucking knows? Slark's one of those heroes where every fucking game, every Slark seems to have a completely different item build in mind. But I think that unless the Slark pops off really hard and at the start, it's gonna go the way of Nearly Tilted. But I don't think it'll be a stomp based on the draft anyway.
No, it seems like relatively close. Again, I think summing it up, both of these teams don't really know what they're doing yet, so they're kind of just testing out the waters. It doesn't feel like either team has a plan, per se, of how they wanted to play this game. So
They're just gamers.
they're just gamers. This is basically just a glorified pub right now. But I guess that's all it plans.
The LHF. Yeah. Damn, that's cold, dude.
You kind of you gave Mattjoman the cold shoulder in the lobby. You asked how it was going, and you never responded.
Wait, he asked me something?
Yeah,
Oh, I was AFK.
dude.
Oh, I haven't muted. I don't know. I don't remember why. I probably was in a pub with him at one point, and he was on my team, and he was talking to someone, so I muted him so I didn't hear him in Discord and in game. I don't remember why else I would mute him.
This is Hype making the transition of. I think he's played a decent amount of 5, but I am used to seeing him at the 4 position. Maestro going to take that up this season.
The question is, what's stronger, Hype or Hyper?
Thanks a lot.
That's a good point. Wait, what's Hyper playing right now? Slayer. I think Hyper probably has the advantage in the 1-to-1 matchup, but who knows? Clockwork also pretty good into this too. If he wants to go for the cogs first, we'll go for Battery Assault and get a little bit of engagement right at the first bounty run here. Nice 2-man stun coming out from Jay. We'll see if they want to chase this up the hill. Clockwork gonna keep Fluffer locked down and bring down Fluffer on the Spear Breaker.
I was not expecting them to have the damage for that, and I don't think the Spear Breaker was either.
It's one of the tankier heroes at level 1, so definitely caught him off guard. Fluffer looks like he's going to be position 5, by the way. It is going to be Rubik going bottom, K7 playing that. Mattjoman, of course, on the Mars. Just unfortunate for Fluffer, especially when you have the Clockwork on top of you. You don't have a chance to charge away. There's no real targets to charge at.
But at least he got a free TP, and he doesn't even have to use it. He can just charge right back to lane.
Dude, that's 100 gold right there, and he got for dying. We're not ready to see level 1 Battery Assault from Clockworks there. Nier actually going for Quelling Blade on the Luna, by the way. Not typical to see that on ranged heroes, but Nier being the god core.
I think people have been doing that on Luna and Morphling nowadays. I think the logic is if you're a hero who literally never even wants to think of clicking another hero until like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It can't be that bad.
Well, it's probably until you get a couple levels into Lunar Blessing, so it's more just for first couple waves here.
Thanks a lot.
A lot of damage coming out from these from Lucent Beams and right clicks onto this
Yeah.
Mars.
Both of these heroes bottom taking quite a few hype and near getting a little low. Mattjoman as well, but plenty of regen left. Mid lane, we look at Slendy versus Alaris. Alaris slightly lower on the HP pool, but only 1 CS behind. Has a little bit more denies. Up by 3. Honestly, kind of easier for melee heroes to pick that up as well. But still, seems pretty even.
Lightstone on the Rubik. So they think they can, even though there's a Warlock, they think they have kill potential in this lane at some point. They're going to try to commit hard, otherwise they wouldn't have bought the Blightstone.
Mattjoman's still taking a lot of harass here.
And I think, yeah, they could definitely burst someone at like level 3 with...
Yeah, he's going to be fine too. He's got a 4-charge one plus another salve, so... Let's probably just wait till they have level 2 spear, or they just go right now. They do have a spear on the high, back into a tree. K7 going to pop out the Fade Bolt. Gets minus damage there on near. Lift back onto Hype. One more hit. Should get it. No, Hype pops the south. Mattjoman can't get the kill. The right click not there. Hype thinking about denying himself to creeps, but not going to go for it. Realizing he can survive here. Near just keeping some space for his support. Lucent beaming away the Mars.
That is so tragic. It was just this little rock formation in the ground that he couldn't path around in time. He kind of got body blocked by the Warlock and his move command sent him the wrong way, I think. That was really sad. He almost had it.
Yeah. He will heal back up. Nice little sound play there from Hype. Pop the heal.
All right,
back
Centaur has a Ring of Health, and now he can't die for the rest of the lane, probably.
Structures are fortified.
Excellent gameplay.
Yeah, I feel like this is kind of becomes harder for Slark. I mean, even with like the Essence Shift passive, it seems pretty hard for him to just try and sit there and trade with a hero that's 1, returning damage from Retaliate, 2, has the double edge. There's going to be a charge back onto the Clockwork, but a little bit late here. Fluffer might have gone just a bit too far. He should be fine. No, gets inside the Cogs. Maestro, beautiful Cogs there to only catch the hero. One more right click gets it. Maestro brings down the Spirit Breaker. Hyper running Forge, maybe gonna get a kill on Jay if he has a leap in 2 seconds, but he isn't gonna chase that far.
He decides to back off, yeah. Man, that's, yeah. I think this lane could have been Dire favored, but Clockwork just shits on Spirit Breaker. In a 1v1 and a 2v2, either way, it's sad
Jay's
for Bar.
gonna not. He might give away XP for this. Didn't look like it. It's close.
He gave up on life.
He's just done.
Sometimes as an offlaner, the most useful thing you can do is kill yourself.
I mean, reset the lane, basically. I mean, like you said, you just come back with the ramp health. Don't need to buy any more regen. Super close.
Yep, he's just coming back with full health and mana.
Literally didn't buy anything. He just wants to work towards that Vanguard, which I believe Vanguard got nerfs too. We do lose Hype bottom lane this time. They've gotten it, but Mattjoman taking a lot of damage. Could die to the Fatal Bonds here. Has 3 HP. Finds a Courier. But I think he might be fine. No, eventually ticks down. There were
TP
2 more
as
creeps
well.
here.
So he's gonna have to walk back to lane.
It's a very close play from Mattjoman there. So unfortunate. Missed the TP as well. Maestro gonna try and jump through the Spirit Breaker again. Hyper probably gonna get a kill on Jay. Brings him down. No counterplay there for the Centaur. And Hyper actually doing a really good job here. Surprising. There's still no levels in the Retaliate for the Centaur. It's just 1-2 right now. Still only level 3. Good find there from Hyper, and Fluffer making some space with the Clockwork to make that happen. Slendy doesn't want to back up into this. Does silence himself into it. His level 6 is up on Alaris. Going to try and dive for this kill. There's another time lapse there, and I think it might just be enough. No! Alaris dies to the tower after he gets the kill on Slendy. I think that's still slight advantage to Alaris for the XP.
I don't think you get XP after you die. That was a weird one. Like, the puck hit 6 right in the middle of that, and otherwise the Void Spirit may have lived, but that's not the end of the world. You kill the enemy mid laner before he kills you, so you profit.
There's a charge this time again into Maestro, but Fluffer wisely choosing not to charge in the middle of Cogs there while Battery Assault is active. There's a rotation bottom from Alaris right after that death. He's got 2 charges in the ulti, trying to get on top of Nier. Misses the Aether Remnant though. They're still going to try and dive this. Needs a spear. Throwing Nier back, but it doesn't stun him. He could just pop the 1, turn around. Mattjoman is dead. They've tried to fight off more than they can chew. Back towards K7 they go. Maestro making a rotation. And Hype gets the kill on the Rubik.
Dire structures are fortified.
Something worth pointing out, the Centaur's actually lower experience in the Clockwork. Because, I don't know why,
I think it was
Oh,
the
it was a second
kills.
death.
Yeah,
must
because
have
Jay
been
died
kills.
again.
I forgot that he killed himself once already, if that makes sense.
Slendy cutting the wave mid lane too. They want to try and take this mid tower quickly here. Which core comes online earlier? If they have identical farm,
Slark versus Luna?
yeah, because it seems like they're
Slark
pretty
for
much
sure.
tied right now.
Slark for sure comes online a lot earlier. I also don't think there's an item that Luna can buy to not be sad against Slark, but the question is, can the rest of the team take care of Slark?
Looks pretty dead here. I think he's just gonna die to Alaris unless he gets another bash on Fluffer. There is some cogs there. Alaris out of charges, out of mana. Maestro trying to juke this out, but will eventually die. Slark had to rotate down. We also lose Mattjoman again. Bottom Slendy making a nice rotation there.
They're committing with the Warlock Shadow Word to try and take this tower early with this first cart wave.
I don't think they can kill Slendy here. This is just harass going out from Fluffer. But yeah, the cores are essentially identical. Luna probably farms faster in the jungle, but yeah, you're right. Slark gets 1 or 2 items and he can start showing up to fights more. Luna's pretty squishy up until, what, Scotty?
Yeah.
Maybe a Satanic instead.
Middle tower is under attack.
I think we're gonna see. Okay, that Depth Shroud shard from Slark lasts 3 seconds. I think that unless this Slark gets his game absolutely euthanized, like for the next 10 minutes straight, he's always gonna have the potential to kill Luna just by being on top of her and untargetable for like fucking 7.5
Yeah, you pop
seconds.
the ult, then you pop the shard.
You pop the shard, you pop the ult.
Yeah.
The cooldown is pretty long on the shard. It's like over a minute, but I think we're gonna
75
see. I think we're gonna see.
It's actually longer than the ulti cooldown.
Yeah, because it affects allies.
Hyper might be going top on Jay, but yeah, this probably isn't a kill. Going for Echo Saber there.
He decided to give up on the Vanguard.
Is he actually? Is he back towards Blink? No. I know he's
Good.
going pipe.
Probably just a casual hood for now. Which makes sense. He's taking more points in Double Edge. And Double Edge does magic damage to you. So you can't use it very much at low levels
1, 2,
without a
2
hood.
seems a little strange, but
I think
you
he
are
just
doubling your
realized.
damage and retaliate.
I think he realized he can't really creep cut against Slark. He's gonna get punished for it too hard, and he just
might
needs Double
just
Edge.
die again right now. No,
He has
he's gonna be
Stampede
fine.
if he needs.
Not near enough damage. I thought there might be a Spirit Breaker coming soon, but Nier gonna farm up some of the stacks here. Doing a really good job actually, Hype. I believe Maestro stacks some of these too. We can check after the game, but they are making quite a bit of headway for Nier there, just to drop into the jungle and pick up some farm. Still no Ancient Camp stacks though. Hyper almost completely out of mana. I'm gonna miss a Spirit Breaker kill. The bot lane, but it looks like we're gonna separate. I'm trying to pay
Spirit
attention
Breaker-
to top because it looks like Slendy's going after Hyper with the
Spirit Breaker is going Tranquils into drums. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
It's usually what treads on Spirit Breaker.
Well, just the drums is what's throwing me off.
I think there's a ping out here. Hyper's actually saw this coming from a ward.
Slark, yeah, and he has longer night vision.
Oh
no, that's
lane,
a
we do
Radiant
have
ward.
another fight started here. There's a stolen cogs to reach Hype there, but the spear, you really need the extra damage from the Mars Arena, and the cogs kind of screwed that over. A little bit of a misplay from K7, and how Slendy is going to find a kill. Return there for K7 if he can hit the orb. No, he's still going to live. There's a heal hook in from Maestro. Can he bring him down? Yes, he can. such an unfortunate little interaction there with the cogs and the spear. Does lead to a 1k gold lead early on for Nearly Tilted. Maestro rotating back through mid. Slendy gonna sit bottom 2. They have a catapult wave here, so they could continue to push this as they're gonna charge from Fluffer back into hype. Just survive this. He has the golem if he wants to use it, but I don't know if he wants to pop it here. Yeah, he's just gonna wait out. K7 actually stealing the silence to make sure that kill happens.
I'm noticing in these engagements, like I said, the 3-4-5 duos on these teams very low damage.
Until the leap there, he's got mana for the ultimate, but gets stunned up by Jay immediately. Has another leap in 6 seconds, but the Centaur ult being used. Hyper's gonna drop. Shroud does not last that long, or Shadow Dance. I'm gonna continue, dude.
Really well played by Jay and Maestro to get that kill.
Now bottom lane 2. I think Slendy is dead here on the puck. A very nice pickup for them. You can apparently hit somebody outside the arena. I don't know if that was a bash.
It must have been. Because I'm pretty sure Rebuke just knocks him into the wall and then...
Yeah, I don't think Rebuke
back
can
in.
move them. Alright, it's gonna find an invisible.
Anyway, like I said, we're going to see a lot of brawling with these heroes, and they're going to last a long time because they don't have any burst damage until the cores are really starting to get involved.
Yeah.
So, it's exciting to cast.
I mean, Hyper's rotating to this super early on, it seems. 12 minutes in, he's trying to take this bottom safe lane tower. Doesn't have his Echo Saber yet.
Yeah, if we look at the net worth graph, we can see why he's rotating. Every core on Dire is poorer than every core on Radiant.
Might as well just ensure you can find a tower. I think top lane's gonna fall too, so it is kind of a trade. There's a TP up from Fluffer, but you know, that will force Jay back. So at least you don't have to tank the trade there. You're gonna think about hitting the mid tower too. He just missed the Aether Remnant from Alaris, so I think that opens up the mid tier 1. A lot of heroes here for Nearly Tilted. I think they're gonna clear this out.
Clark has Echo Saber done.
Not bad timing, 13 minutes. Obviously, he's slightly behind the Luna. But it's kind of hard to catch up to a guy that can farm that quickly, especially one as good at farming as Nier is. Is Fluffer going to charge back into Clockwork? Has no way to get outside of the cogs. Can't get a bash. Will get stunned up by Jay, who already has the Blink Dagger. Orb coming through. Mattjoman popping the ulti, looking for a spear, but no, he's saving it for now. He doesn't have the mana for it, but still the 2 TPs up are going to clean the 2 heroes that found the kill in the first place. Centaur and Clock dropping in a very nice pickup there for the Slark even. Okay, 7
get a Dire
as well. And I think Alaris might be able to find a kill onto the puck. Slendy getting saved by his support for now. Hype popping out the golem to try and keep Slendy alive, but it's not going to be enough. Mattjoman getting low, but nowhere near the grave. And that was a really good fight for Hyper. He even killed the golem at the very end there.
Yeah, that was a really good turnaround from if only you were older. I really like how they responded to that tower dive aggressively, and then they didn't just stop there. They used a stampede. They stole to instantly find another kill.
Oh, Nier is just farming up the Dire stacks right now.
Oh, did he just take stacks?
Yeah, that was like a 4 stack or a 5 stack, I think.
Bad. Yeah, that's the problem with playing on that side of the map. Now Nier gets to play basically both triangles.
Link stun in. Maestro looking for a hook. Gets the cogs down. Not a great start to this fight for Dire. Gonna get some more damage into Alaris. Alaris gone. This mid laner is just dead. Hyper as well. Getting super low. You don't want to lose your Slark. Puck Orb coming through. Does not connect onto the Slark, but a silence should end him. Yes, it does. Slendy picking up a nice kill as K7 does a sick orb there. Stolen away from the puck, and I think he still dies though. We'll see.
He has another orb. He'll be fine.
Yeah. Can't chase too much further. Just not that great of a jump though. I thought with the Centaur missing the stun there that would have been okay, but they are diving really far. Basically past tier 2 is silence there. They're still going to chase this Rubik and eventually bring him down.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I was wrong.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Yeah, this is Centaur. He had a shit lane, but now he has a blink dagger, and now he just blink stuns people so
I
his
mean,
team can do stuff.
props to him though. Like you said, he swapped off the Vanguard back to just a regular hood, went for the Blink Dagger immediately after, and he will find a kill on Fluffer. It feels like whenever you go for that Vanguard, you delay your Blink a lot.
Yeah. You better be fucking invincible when you buy that thing if you're buying it.
Yeah. And against a Slark, it's probably okay. There was, again, recent nerfs to the item, but still, obviously Slark has the bonus from Essence Shift. K7 gonna steal away Battery Assault, and they're still gonna look for this Maestro. Muled up by Alaris into the Aether Remnant. Lift is there from K7 as well if they want to continue to commit for this, but no, there's just a hook from Maestro. Does not want to steal away anything more, and LJ is just gonna get an easy one here. No, they give it to Nier. Charge oncoming to that Luna, but obviously gonna get canceled. Just, I mean, it's quite smooth sailing for Nier right now.
Yeah, this is like your nightmare scenario playing against
Maybe gonna ult this. Alaris getting super low after the silence, has to use himself. Jay going for the stun afterwards. The spear not quite connecting, and the mid laner dead on that Void Spirit. Center ult being used, but wisely they just back off there. And yeah, I just opens up Roche with the Void Spirit dead. This is starting to look not like a stomp yet, but it's looking really good for Nearly Tilted. At the same time, we are going to lose Maestro, I think. He's just surrounded by 4 heroes, making a nice amount of space here with the cogs, but still going to end up dropping. Has the hook, but shouldn't be able to... Ooh. Almost got it away. Roshan getting super close to dying here. Mattjoman has the ulti, locks him in. Hype is super low. Out comes the ulti from Luna, picking up the Aegis is near in the middle of this Hyper, getting super low. They bring down the Luna once. Buyback instantly from Maestro. Gets 2 inside the cog. What a hook from Maestro. They bring down the Rubik. Nier's on a triple kill right now. The Golem comes out just a bit late from Hype, as they don't catch Hyper on this Slark, but still, beautiful fight for Nier. You do lose a lot there in the Puck and the Centaur, plus Clock having a buyback, but your core is just that much better off.
That could have been so different if Dyer had managed to catch that Aegis, but it just came down to Nier had the faster finger.
Roche,
because he would have died. He burned the Aegis.
Roche was still pretty healthy when that fight started too. I thought they might not have enough damage to finish it off in time, but Nier just focuses down the Roche, obviously with the Moon Glaives, hitting everything anyway. Grove Bow, pretty nice for Luna. I think that kind of the benefit too of Slark's ulti is that when Luna is popping in clips, it's just one less target to damage, right? So you just get more damage to the other heroes.
Oh no, I can trust you guys.
The wisdom of eternity.
Do lose the Puck bottom lane. This is a nice kill from Alaris. I'm missing that, and I think Mattjoman just found one too. This time onto Maestro. No, he gets bashed away. He's fine for now. Could maybe have a hook target, but not in time. Alaris gets a double kill. The 3K gold lead. Still seems fine. I mean, Slark is starting to get bigger. He's got an S and Y very soon. Basically, as soon as this mid tier 1's dead. Blink as well on Jay. They're going to look to fight this. Saving the tower before it falls here. Just the right clicks coming out from Nier. Back on the Hyper. Hyper has to pop the ulti just to get away. Jay going to continue to chase here. Mars ulti being used, but it's just a defensive one. Stolen Centaur ulti will end that fight.
That Stampede is pretty important. There's a lot of heroes who don't want to get gap closed on Radiant.
I think they can maybe even save this cooldown too and look for a fight. Because Stampede down for 80 seconds on the Rubik, so.
Yeah, if they can get another fight with it, it could be pretty impactful because the teams are still pretty evenly farmed, except for the elephant in the room.
Yeah. Except for Luna. But again, Luna takes a little bit more time to come online here. She's still working on a BKB into a Scotty.
Hey, she still dies if she gets, like, I don't know, spear with Slark clicking her, I think.
Yeah.
And Warlock doesn't save
I feel
her.
like as soon as this BKB comes out, it's going to be really hard to kill him. And then,
Yeah, once he gets to the Scotty, I think Dire may have missed their timing, but that's still a little ways away.
Slimy getting charged out by the Spirit Breaker into a lift from the Rubik. Gonna get locked down by the Slark. There's a missed hook there in the middle, but they're all caught inside of a Coxer. No, it's just pushing the Mac. Mattjoman dead. Near focusing him down. Hyper doesn't have a target either. Aether Remnant gonna connect on Jay. It's a 1 for 2 right now with the buyback.
I'll take that.
Maestro able to get away as well with the charge there. And Nalaris so far behind the tier 2 here. Has a Yules as well, so I think he can easily get away from this. He's got the Dissimulate plus TP away after the ult charge, and there is no the stun from here. It was so close to finishing the TP, but Alaris just can't quite get away. Maestro never gave up on it. Did he TP to the outpost? Is that what he means?
Must have been. Unfortunate.
Might have just been a misclick then, yeah, because he has that 6-second TP. Yeah, it's really starting to feel like Hyper not doing too much in these fights, especially on like a 1v1 with Luna. Even now, it's just not possible for the Slark to take him. Midas up on hype too. I respect the support Midas. Is that coming back? I feel like I haven't seen the position 5 Midas in a while, other than like.
God, I fucking hope not. Whenever position 5 start by Midas, the game is just pure RNG who wins, no skill involved. It's just fucking a nightmare whenever it's one of those patches. We're already starting to see lanes aren't very consequential. Jungling is pretty strong right now, and return gold's huge. But I'll shut up because the fight's about to happen.
I think Alaris is going to get initiated on here. They almost missed it there, but they're using everything to bring down the Void Spirit, and they just have to tuck tail and run away on If Only You Were Older. Kind of a mouthful for a name, actually, in case I'm going to get a nice lift there on the Slendy. Maybe survive this, but yeah, no, not a chance.
Anyway, yeah, with lanes not mattering that much, it's a lot easier to go for greedy items like Midas's. I'm not saying it's good, but lanes are definitely less impactful right now. I've seen a few people echoing that sentiment.
It seems like cores that can take advantage of the jungle and stacks as well are just really good this patch. I mean, we saw Medusa be incredibly strong this patch. Can do something similar, which is picking up stacks so easily. Sven as well. Ursa with Battle Fury, like, you're right, it's just less emphasis on the lanes, and you're just doing a good job jungling after, like, that 10-minute mark or after the laning stage, and he is big boy right now.
On the other hand, I had an Ogre in my game go...
Weird hook there coming out from Maestro. Can't quite get the initiation. Wanted Mars ulti coming through, but not really doing too much with it. Spear, I think, missed. Near popping out the BKB. There's a stolen hook as well. Hyper getting slowed down, stuck inside the cogs for now. Needs to get outside of this. Pops the ulti. Jay as well getting focused by Hyper, but Hyper doesn't want to sit around too long. The ulti almost gone. Nice two-man coil from Slendy onto Fluffer and Alaris, but Alaris somehow survives here.
There's no buyback, so that might be thrown.
I mean, you look at how quickly Nier just brings us down. 40 seconds until his BKB is off cooldown. Did use a lot there, but with 2 heroes gone, Jay blinking forward. They want to try and find a kill onto K7 on the Rubik. Might eventually drop to the Fatal Bonds even. Yes, he will. Nier getting the pickup there. Immediate buyback out from K7 on the Rubik. And
looks like they'll back off. They just don't have enough durability to tank these tier 4s yet. But they certainly put the fear of God into Dire.
Oh, yes. I mean, they stuck around long enough to get the Rubik killed, and they're like, okay, now we shouldn't go for too much more.
These tier 4s are half dead now. That's pretty impactful. Luna will shred that shit next time they push.
It seems like they might be pushing bottom, but Roche could be up in 10 seconds.
Anyway, like I was saying, I had an ogre in my game earlier today go Midas and try to rush a hex, and we lost before he finished the hex. So in that case, Midas on supports doesn't look very good.
Yeah, but
But,
Midas Ogre is incredibly common though. Like that's been around forever, ever since the item multicast change.
Yeah, pub players really like to buy that. This Warlock, however, is not rushing a hex. He is going a Veil, which is still pretty weird, but it's
It's
good
for
with
the
this
Puck,
team.
I guess. If Puck isn't buying it.
Oh, it's good for Puck, Luna, Centaur, even Fatal Bonds.
Seen that put to a lot of work in the last fight. They are gonna just run uphill. Alaris getting sunned out into a hook as well as the coil. Alaris going for the touch yet again with the Yules, but he can't survive this time. Maestro with this sick cogs to push him outside of the coil. Snaps it. Fluffer gonna drop here as well. Just disaster after disaster for If Only You Were Older. I feel like I should just do the acronym, but hold on, I have to think about that. If Only You Were Older.
I will.
I will? I do appreciate the Prince Hanshin pick now. I feel like it does fit. There's some self-awareness there.
That's to catch a predator guy, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I haven't seen a picture of him, but I know the name from that show. This could just be thrown, it looks like.
This might just be game. It's got to just uneventful ending here. It was a fight that, oh, nice hook there. At least, or at least lunar foot, sorry. Look at the ult out from Mattjoman, but again, Mattjoman can't quite find anything after. Survived on height for that whole time to get his abilities off, and eventually Alarsh is going to get stuck inside Cogs for the entire fight. Drops down to Slendy after the silence and hyper without a target to focus the entire time. Ends up dropping. Mattjoman calls GG. And a triple kill for Slendy to end it. 20k net worth by the end for Nier. And a strong showing from Nearly Tilted to start out, but I don't really think this tells too much about either of these teams yet. Like we were saying, it's these drafts kind of just experimenting, really.
Nier's one of those players where you just gotta run at him in his jungle.
Yeah. I mean, he basically went untouched for 15 minutes there.
Yeah, he didn't die a
Team
single
just fought
time.
without him.
Is AFK farmed. Jay certainly capable of making that space. Who's your MVP of that game?
I feel like Nier is the easy choice, but Nier just kind of did what Nier normally does. It just hits creeps until he's big. I kind of want to give it to Slendy or Maestro. Just because obviously I'm more like leaning towards the Clockwork always just because I'm a Clockwork fanboy, but Slendy did a really good job as well. I think mid lane, I'm trying to remember how the lane went, but Slendy slightly ahead, I think, by the end of it. Obviously, it was really easy for him to find fights against the Void Spirit, so
That was a really good performance from all five of them, honestly. Like, they all did exactly what they needed to do. I might give it to Slendy, though. He managed to just ruin that Void Spirits game. Something that I said before is Jay is a good player, for sure. Like, he's 7k MMR. But he's not the kind of player who's going to 1v9 carry a game. It's just not his play style. He's I think, mostly 3-4-5 player.
that's the thing with like Nier lineups. I've always felt is like every single team that Nier is on kind of feels like a 1 protect 4, or
Yeah.
4 protect 1. Switch that around.
Right, exactly. And this is why this is kind of a scary team. You have Jay, who is 7k, one of the best players in the league, with a carry who, if given space, will just win the game for him. So that's a pretty good combo, I think. Quite the 1-2 punch.
Strong showing. 1-0 for Nearly Tilted. I mean, basically a brand new lineup for them. Let's see what we figure out in the second game. I don't think there's really any bans necessary. Do you think If Only You Were Older is like we need to ban Luna, or is it just, you know, swap up our game plan, we need to focus Nier more?
Oh, if anything, I would ban the Warlock. You can either ban Centaur or pick Centaur for yourself. But then I would just ban Warlock. Like, it's a hero that guarantees Nier is going to have a lane. So don't let them have that. That would be my approach to the situation. Because if they have a Warlock, unless you do some weird shit like position 4 Oracle, you're not going to be able to shut that shit down in lane. And we saw that. They tried to gank that Warlock once with like 3 heroes, and it was just a level 5 Warlock against 3 heroes. And he just shadow worded and out regen it.
Yeah.
And they actually killed 2 of them for it.
He's like suspiciously tanky. There was a couple of fights early on too where you see Warlock just barely surviving with heals.
Yes, he wasn't nerfed enough.
Still pretty good. I feel like that's a good nerf then though, if you aren't just completely dumpstering a hero.
Nah, get that hero out of here. My team doesn't play it, so I don't want it to be viable.
What do you mean doesn't play it? Do you really need like a Warlock player?
I don't know, man. You give Turtle King some heroes, and you're just like, surely he can't fuck this up. Then suddenly you're in MD2L, which is like a 3 or 4K average league, and he's going fucking 2-17 on Centaur or whatever.
It's just too much pressure, Snow. You gotta.
You know what MX Wire calls Turtle King? He calls him our Make-A-Wish teammate.
Oh god, that's kind of mean. This is why we say fuck MX Squire though.
Yeah, fuck MX
He's
Wire.
kind of a bully, honestly.
He's not wrong though.
I mean,
Do you know the lore about how he used to bully Guam?
is this MX Squire lore? Oh, I'm all
Yeah.
for it.
One time, because they know each other in real life when they were in middle school, USS Guam did not go to school because Mike told him that if he didn't give him a Microsoft points card, he was going to kill him. And Guam thought Mike was actually going to kill him, so he didn't go to school the next day.
I think that's more of a Guam move than an MX Squire move, but
And now they have over 2,000 matches of Dota played together.
true
Happy
love
ending.
story there.
Can you imagine playing 2,000 Dota with Mike?
I can't imagine playing one. I played on a team with both of them, actually.
Me too. Toxic Tacos.
I don't remember what we called our lineup. It was like RD12 season 14. Or
Offline
something.
Phoenix University?
No, was that it? I think Guardian was on the team too, but I can't quite remember.
I'm pretty sure. Well, overall, I'm going to
My
say
memory's shot.
they need to keep near off of those like Luna Warlock, those like free, this guy gets to have a game heroes, I think. And they could still turn this around. I think one of the other stories of last game was both offlanes were first overall picked for their team. But we saw that Mars is not as safe of a pick as Centaur. It's just a fact that, Mars is not going to be that useful against like a Puck, for instance. But Centaur's
it
always
just seems
useful.
like every single situation, every single fight, Centaur ulti comes in handy. While Mars is like placement is such a big deal. We'll just immediately ban it out to near.
Nothing's worse than trying to push the mid tier 1 as Mars and you realize, oh shit, we're running away and there's nothing for me to spear them to. My Q is useless here.
That's why you need a oh god, I forget the hero's name. Why is my memory
Nature's
so
Prophet?
bad? No, that's why you need a hoodwink. Just like plant a tree from a mile away.
Well, it's the same premise of what I was talking
Oh
about.
yeah, true.
Just a little bit
Nature's
worse.
probably better, I think, though.
Yeah. Well, the Nature's one is funny because you sprout them, and if they have a quelling blade, they cut down the tree so they can keep chasing you, but then you just throw the spear through the tree.
Yeah.
And then they're just pinned.
Clockwork's actually probably better in that case then.
Yeah, Clockwork Mars is a nasty combo too. Speaking of which, IWO has decided to ban out the Clockwork this
I feel like it was a
time.
pretty good game for Maestro.
So Nearly Tilted really values Centaur. They think it's if the other team has first pick, they're banning the hero because they first picked it last game and now the other team has first pick and they're banning it this game.
I don't think saw any nerfs in the patch.
Ursa ban, respect.
No, did get. Oh, that's right. Cooldown increased on Stampede, and then the level 15 talent was nerfed by 1 armor for Centaur.
Harder to last hit with as well. All right, so last game, IWO banned the Lion, and now, or would it be Yoiwo.
I think it could be Iowa.
I don't know. Iwo. We're saying with Iwo.
10 seconds remaining.
Iwo
They get rid of
banned
it.
a
I
lion,
was
and this time
surprised.
Remaining.
Like Nier goes for banning Ursa instead of Warlock this time to give away the Warlock first pick. Also, yes, NT. I love it.
nah. And the other team has 8 pick. If you get an 8 pick Ursa, the game's over.
I guess that's true. Yeah.
Like if they just
Especially
pick
when-
Ursa here and then ban 3 counters to Ursa, how do you possibly win the game?
10 seconds remaining.
That hero is,
Basically,
I truly
unkillable.
believe, far and away the single best hero in the game, and I'm shocked it wasn't nerfed. He just has permanent enrage in late game. It's absurd.
Is that with the shard every 3 hits or something? Or
Oh, now every time he casts his Q, he gets it, and it lowers the cooldown on Q.
Oh.
Muy bien, los chiquitos.
I'm not a carry player or an Ursa player. I played Ursa against Phantom Lancer Puck today, and because I queued all 5 rolls and got carry, and I went 22-5. It was I've never worked so little to stomp so hard. It is obscene.
Dude, I like never play core in my games anymore.
Yeah, me neither. I queued all 5 rolls and just
10
got the
seconds
most boring roll in the game.
remaining.
Yeah, I know.
But
It just wants to hit creeps the whole game. It's so lame.
Remaining.
yep,
That's why
People
everybody
say
wants to
Ursa
play
doesn't farm
Mid,
well,
nobody wants to play core.
Brilliant team.
I think the problem is he can kill virtually any hero in the game if he gets to right click them with just a Battle Fury.
Yeah, no, I do appreciate the ET pickup here.
Fire team done.
Lena and ET. These
ET has
are
probably been
abnormal
the
heroes.
most unchanged hero in Dota history. I feel like every single one of his
Yeah, to be like
abilities
shark.
has just been the exact same forever.
I thought they reworked his E.
10
No,
seconds
it's still just
remaining.
magic res and armor, 100%.
5 seconds remaining.
I don't think that's changed unless the AOE has been like finagled, but
I forgot about he can switch places with the Astral Spirit with his shard. That's pretty
Yeah.
funny.
I mean I was just gonna add it with the shard. I don't think I've ever actually bought it on the hero. I guess if you have eggs, it's pretty good. You just like instantly teleport into however many heroes with
with spell
BKB.
immunity. The visual there is so funny. It's just fucking nothing personnel kid teleports behind you. It's just
Yeah.
fucking.
Especially if you catch like 2 or 3 heroes, you get that bonus damage. There's talent for the hero damage. Like, probably not going to be a core ET, but one day we'll see it. Offlane ET.
Ah.
We're seeing some carry heroes banned. It
Thanks,
seems.
guys. Thanks a lot.
Very similar to last game. Void gone. Wraith King gone.
Yeah, I think Iwo values that Void hero,
It's looking spicy.
which makes sense because Void is a hero that, when played by someone like Nier,
5 seconds.
who is one of these like 1v9 carries, that's his play style. Places Void doesn't need a team. He has the best team fight spell in the game and really good single target.
This seems
So-
like a decent lifestealer game for Iwo. I don't think you
know.
can pick a jug here just because the minus armor from ET is super annoying to deal with, but
Oh, I think what changed on his E was they buffed the radius at one point. That's what I was thinking of, but that's
Okay.
pretty minor.
yeah, I thought they only changed the radius on it, and
10
that's it.
seconds
Yeah, it's pretty
remaining.
minor. I think they might have. No. It's still split. The spirit is the magic, and the
Yep.
hero is the physical.
That's
yeah.
been the way it's. I
Yeah.
think that's been the mechanic for like basically since the heroes existed.
They went through and buffed all of the like auras by a bunch, and then they went to an Elder Trap and were like, take an extra 50, have fun with it, and then they just left them. Magnus, oh
I know,
no. We were talking about it. I fucking hate Magnus, Luna, and Sven. They are the cleave crutch heroes. You just get a free cleave.
Yeah,
Doesn't
who wants
matter.
to buy Battle Fury, bro? Like that's such a boring item.
The fucked up part is most of the time they still buy Battle Fury even when they have a Magnus. They just get it faster.
Oh yeah, and then you get cleave talents with some of those. Like
I do believe we might be seeing a Urinero the
ET
Juggernaut.
has 100% cleave talent. That's right.
Oh, that's carry ET. That's the real strat.
Dude, that sounds legit.
One time with when Nero was still on tacos before he retired, he had anti-mage and we were playing against a mid ET, and Nera blinked in to fight them, and ET killed him in 4 hits.
Yeah.
It was. I'd never seen
That's
anything like it in my life.
classic ET.
Yeah.
Just burst damage out of nowhere. R.I.P. Nero, by the way. I didn't know he actually retired.
Yeah, he still plays, I think, sometimes, but mostly on a Smurf or an offline mode. He doesn't want people to know he's around. But I've just revealed this information to the world.
He's in the shadows. And you just shined a light on him. Thank you, Snow.
Sand King.
Ember Spirit.
Ember Spirit.
This is... Okay, I guess it makes sense for them to go for the Sand King. Is this Lena Sand King then, you think? Or is this like Lena
Has to be.
mid?
I think we're
Does
seeing
Lena
3, 4,
mid
5
beat-
from Iwo.
Like, that gets wrecked by Ember, right?
Lena mid? I don't think it's that bad, because
Remaining.
you have a couple ways to burn off his shield, but I think it's a sad game.
It seems like level 1 and 2, Lena's fine for burning the shield, and then, yeah, it's pretty rough. But yeah, we're probably going to see mid picked up later. Puck is already gone, so kind of opens up the Ember pick there. One of the Spirit picks.
Yeah, fuck that hero. Get it out of here. We don't want to see it.
Not too many.
No,
too
you're
much.
not good for dodging spells with Puck. You're doing the bare minimum. Hate
Did
that
we,
hero.
did
Get
we
it out.
literally just see 3-4 picked up on both of these teams? Or 4-5-3? I feel like this is the same order as last game. 5-4-3 maybe.
Oh, that Magnus is probably a 3, I think.
So 5-4-3-1.
So yeah.
They do go for the Life Stealer.
I think it's a little scary into ET personally.
I'm compared to the other cores, which I guess Sven's still out there, but you're going into a Magnus Ember Spirit. I just think you can't pick an Agi core into ET just because you're that much squishier against a lot of right click in ET itself, Magnus and Ember Spirit.
God's your Wraith King game, but nearly
Yeah,
tilted has rightfully
already
banned
banned.
it out. Yeah, we see a troll ban. That makes sense. Just
Yeah,
get
I
rid of the
think-
heroes that man fight Life Stealer.
It's probably either Sven or Life Stealer for IOL.
Oh
Dire team ban.
yeah, I gotta ban that Mag Jug. Because if your Life Stealer gets Omni Slashed, he is dead.
What do you think core is for them? Luna again? Still in there. Probably not into the Life Stealer though, right?
Luna against Sand King and Lena Life Stealer is a lot harder because you have a great bomb for the next, and then Lena just nukes her in lane.
Yeah. Luna just gets initiated on. You don't have like that clockwork kind of hero that scouts out for you.
It's not unplayable, but basically the game turns into an arms race of
10 seconds.
who can win the fight without Luna or Sand King participating, because I had a similar situation once, and it was just a 4v4, because whichever one of us showed would just die to the other person.
Is that
Shadow
the-
Fiend, let's go.
That's
That's
the
an elite
Ember
pick.
counter, right?
That's an elite pick for an elite player, Killer Karate. That is Sawyer Green, Shadow Fiend.
Are you memeing right now or are you serious?
10 seconds.
Memeing about what?
remaining.
I have to ask because you did every time you call somebody an elite gamer, I can never tell if you're being serious or if you're clowning them.
Bro, it's Sawyer Green. He's an elite gamer.
That does not answer the question.
He
but-
did power rankings and he put himself at #1 in the tier he put himself in is certified elite word pass. He can say elite because he is elite.
Okay. But you're saying
Oh.
elite though.
I remember he was insisting last patch that Shadow Fiend was like the most broken hero of the patch. Don't check his win rate on Shadow Fiend last patch though.
And he's up like 45. I think that's his overall win rate, honestly.
I don't know what it was on SF specifically, but I know in lads I don't think he won with the SF, but they picked it a lot. Actually, only them and my team were picking SF last patch, and the only wins Shadow Fiend ever got, I think, were from MX Squad. In lads, that is, obviously.
And God.
Let's see. How do you follow up to such an elite pick?
Yeah, you just need a tanky core, I think. I think they mostly ignore the Shadow Fiend and just think about how do we survive Sand King Lifestealer trying to bomb our carry. Sven's still out there. Again, it's like another draft where a lot of the cores are gone. Wraith King would have been. I think you were saying. What the
Ooh.
fuck?
Choose your hero.
Okay, I'm in for it.
What the and Nears playing? I was like, okay,
Harry
we need to stop playing
Abaddon,
it.
let's go.
I think you're
Okay.
right though. It would have been a dream Wraith King game for them, but Abaddon is basically the same thing, right? Like,
Would have been a dream Wraithing game for either team.
yeah.
But yeah,
Abaddon's the same thing. You technically get a second life.
that Killer Karate, that right there is an elite pick for Nier. Who do you give the draft to?
Now I think you're overusing the word elite because like
It's
you just said the
burned
last
into my
two.
brain. I was watching him stream, and I dumped all my viewer points into the stream point reward to make him say the word elite, and it just fucking every time I see Sawyer, I just get my mind melted.
Okay.
But
Well,
anyway,
I just think you're lessening the value of the word when you overuse it. So it's like, you know, it
That's
doesn't
true,
mean
that's
much
true.
when you say Nears Abaddon.
he's
is
gonna be
elite.
mad if he watches the VOD. I'm not a certified elite word holder.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
elite word pass holder.
It's because you use it too much. You have to hold the pass in order to get that prestigious word.
I think. Is it gonna go the way of nearly tilted? If this Abaddon can
I
somehow
don't
do
like the
damage.
Abaddon core. I think that's gonna fall flat. But
I think
let's see.
it's if it gets damaged somehow, then it will own. It's like a puzzle. This is no longer a MOBA. This is a puzzle game, like Portal. You know, like you got to figure out how does Abaddon do damage, and if they figure that out, they win.
I think the fact that you have to ask how does your carry do damage is already not a good sign. But
Prepare for battle.
I think this game's near the way nearly tilted.
all right.
More than anything, they just have 2 7Ks.
Wait, this is a BO2, right? Or we BO3's regular season?
This is the best of 7.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, no, this is the last game, no matter what.
Guam never enforces. Wait, was there a BO7 in the last finals? That might have been MD2L. I had a
Thanks,
BO7.
guys. Thanks a lot.
No, I was in the last finals, and I demanded a best of
Stop
3
jungling,
instead of a
let's
best of 5.
Oh yeah, because you're the one that doesn't want to play games. Drop it out
I
of tournaments
fucking
and
hate
stuff.
playoffs of any kind.
Why? So why do you want to just throw the regular season then? This is
I tried, man. Didn't matter.
Seconds to battle.
But also, those playoffs were especially bad because we made it to grand finals. We played Step Bro, then Dark W, then Step Bro, then Dark W. That was our entire playoff run. Only 2 teams.
Fun.
And we played about a game every 3 weeks or something because there were so many delays.
Yeah.
I mean,
True, that is the point with playoffs is that it's slow.
it's slow and you just pick the same heroes over and over because why would you pick anything other than your absolute best hero
Yeah.
when the chips are
Uh,
down? That's why I hate it.
Well, there is some sort of strategy to that. You might pick something that throws another team off guard, but
We picked Turtle King Oracle 6 games in a row. I was
this
just
is
so
why
fucking
Turtle
tired.
King doesn't like you. It's you just pick him the same stuff over and over. You're kind of bullying.
I
him.
asked him if he was bored of it, and he said, "No, I think it's great still."
Oh God.
I think that this Abaddon lane is probably Abaddon favored, unless the Sand King just cuts waves and they can't stop him.
They need a sentry immediately. It seems
Playoff
like.
game
They
should
don't
be
have
best
one
of
out.
1.
Oh, they didn't mark the win. Jesus Christ. Alright.
Fucking amateurs
commentate
here.
while I fix this. Oh wait, I don't even have to fix it because I already have 0-1 on my text for some reason. That's confusing.
Nice.
Either that or I predicted it. But yeah, I feel like games I played against Sand King, yeah, at least in like divine level or whatever the hell I am right now, it's just whoever has the sentry first is gonna win. And it looks like currently Hype having that ferried out. There is already a sentry
no.
on K7.
You're looking at it all wrong. Sentry is a honeypot. You go for dust and just click him, and
I
he's
guess
useless.
this is somewhat true because he runs out of the sand. And
Like right now, he doesn't have Burrow Strike. If they just had look, they chased him out. He can't do anything.
Yeah.
Now if you have dust, you don't even need a
Oh,
sentry.
look at these right clicks from Hype though, just tanking damage. Ooh, boy.
Yeah, this is a sad lane for Sand King. The worst thing for Sand King is 2 beefy melee heroes who can just
Oh,
ignore
I think
Sand.
K7's just dead.
That's dead.
Easy.
He walks back in to get it over faster.
Abaddon's best pick. It is elite. You were right. gets first blood.
Oh, hold on now. Not just anyone can say that word.
I feel like a caster can. Since you have nothing to like say, oh, Killer Crowdy's bad at Dota. I'm just a caster, you know.
Merely here to observe the elites, as it were.
Yeah, so I could call stuff elite because
Okay,
it is
that's
elite
true.
compared to me. So
Okay. I'll have to ask Sawyer about the legal ethic implications there.
sure, that's fair.
I think Hyper is gonna have a pretty good lane bot just because it's Magnus. Like that hero just doesn't really win lanes.
Is this the magic damage Shadow Fiend, you think, or is right click?
Oh, it's definitely magic damage. He hates right click.
Taking a lot of damage from Slendy there, but still look
Oh.
at the raises. All three connecting, and Slendy almost dies. Alaris immediately getting a salve. Gotta be careful here. The stack's still up. There is the shortest raise, but I don't think he can dive too far for this. Be slightly careful. Oh, this could be close. Alaris gonna tank some of the tower shots. Misses the long raise or the mid raise there, though, so won't be able to get a kill. No levels in Flame Guard, by the way, for Slendy.
That's what I've heard some people do nowadays. I think it's his one shadow raise practically burns all of it.
I think Alaris is just dead. This is
Yeah.
fine. He didn't get any levels in it. And he ends up getting that kill there. Hype taking out a stun, ends up canceling the stomp there. And K7 misses the Dragon Slave. Well, might die here the near. Just look at this boy go. He's just right-clicking, and that's it. Easily gets the kill. K7 dropping. Now Mattjoman might be next. There's a sentry here, my friend. Might tank the last hit there. 3 stacks up, and Mattjoman hits the Burrow Strike away. Goes for the TP, and there's nothing to cancel. He TP back to base, though. I guess he has Tranquil, so the move speed isn't bad, but still. Kind of a long walk for the Sand King. Level advantage as well on Hype and Near level 4, Hype level 3, K27 only level 2, and Sand King is level 4. Near's actually out. It's basically tied on the cores again. I'm gonna say he's outlasting him, but it's only by 1 or 2, so no big deal.
This Ember Spirit damage is a lot, but he has half the last hits of the Shadow Fiend. 9 denies.
Oh, he almost just drops there too. Every time he hits all 3 of those raises, Alara's getting so close to that kill.
He can feel it.
I mean, I guess Ember Jungle is pretty... does Ember Jungle quickly with the Sleight of Fist build? I thought that was with Flame Guard.
Fuck no. Nah, you need a Flame Guard for that shit, for sure. But the idea is to farm heroes instead of creeps, I think. Ooh.
Which, I mean, so far he's gotten the kill. Bottom lane, they've lost the lifesteal. It's a nice dive there from Jay. Not going to die for this either. Does have the Fatal Bonds on top of him, but it's only connected to another hero and not a creep.
I'm surprised. I don't think they had the damage in this lane, but they must have just harassed him over time or something.
Near is... I thought he might do this, just max out the curse. The passive right-click buff. Seems legit.
What does that build into? Oh, he's doing Echo Saber on Abaddon into, I think, SNY.
If only you could build 2 Echo Sabers and just get 4 attacks in a row. Instantly get the silence.
There is a way to do that with Echo Saber Manta.
What? Oh, because the illusions hit and it counts as a hit, right? Yeah.
Yep. Unless it was patched out, you just go Echo Saber Manta and just instantly.
Instantly silent. I think people...
It's not good, but it is funny.
Yeah. Well, that's why people build Manta AM
Wait,
a lot.
no.
Manta AM's good anyway.
That is actually what he's doing. It's not an SNY. He's going for the Manta. Maybe I'll eat my words. Maybe it'll own.
How does he get on top of people, though?
Yeah, that's why I don't think it's that good. But hey, if they're stunned by Lion. Oh, bot lane.
Maestro might just be dead. There's a little bit of a rotation here from K7. Lion getting low. The stun, though, eventually brings it down. That's actually Fatal Bonds from Fluffer. I'm not even sure what that was tied to, but will eventually drop. Might have been the heal, too. Jay actually already using the skewer here, so he has nothing to get away. Will eventually drop and dead.
Good rotation from K7.
Yeah. I think top lane
And
is
Sand
basically
King is just being
Yeah.
Sand King.
He's doing Darkseer things. He's doing Axe things. He's doing Sand King things.
Man. What a great hero that has to do this to farm in half the lane matchups in the game.
He's gonna double stack this too. Yep. Has to kind of kite this around. I don't think anybody can
Wait.
really counter this. I might just avoid it.
Does
Oh,
he
missed
have
the
like
range creep, though.
the Aegis cosmetic under his hero model on Sand King?
Yes, I think it's because is his Sand King's. What level is his Sand King? I can't even
Gold.
tell. Yeah, I think that's why, isn't it?
No.
It's level 15.
He has like the TI Aegis thing.
Wow, I didn't know that applied to every hero.
What a rich man.
Bad
I
news.
totally got sidetracked. I was just pressing
Yeah, I
tab.
was
That's
looking
like
at that
$1,000.
too. Anyway, SF die. It's a big rotation from Maestro and Hype. They popped a smoke afterwards too. This is where we fall into the Nier is just going to disappear from the game for the next 10, 20 minutes. Just right for treats.
I think we just got hosted by Badger or something. So, for those who are just tuning in now, this is a carry near Abaddon. You do not want to miss this. This is Dota 2 at its finest.
Is it? I woke up this morning expecting Nier to play Abaddon, and I am very excited.
And now it's like, oh, I'm not impressed. This is what I expected.
This is exactly what I expected. You can't call it elite though, apparently. That word is banned.
Whoa, no, come on. That's Sawyer's word, dude.
Only elite gamers can say what's elite and what's not. Swear's actually
Alright.
kind of a rotation top lane too though. Looking for the Yules, so yeah, he's going magic damage build. Jay has the RP, but how do they use this here? They could maybe go for a kill on the Hyper if they get some stun. Instead, they go for K7, Skewer connects, and this is a dead Lina. Eventually, will get the Lifestealer hopped inside to make that kill last a bit longer. Jay, I mean, he used RP. I guess that's kind of a win. Mid lane 2, Slendy picking up a DD, going for a Lars. There still is no Yules on a Lars, so this could be dangerous for the Shadow Fiend. Will eventually drop Slendy, making a slick little play there with the rune he found in the river.
Yeah, this Slights build, when you have... I don't know. The Slight basically makes his auto attack a triple damage. If you want to think of it like that, it's an extra 180
and so when
damage.
he finds a
so
DD,
stupid.
it's just like auto kill.
Yeah, it's literally just every time he hits you with that shit, you get hit 4 times. It's absurd.
It's such a good rune for this build on Ember.
Yeah.
He might be able to find another kill with it. No, it's too late. I thought he might go into the jungle here with Warlock and Lina, but I'll be careful. They are gonna go for a couple of stacks. Mattjoman is just doing Sand King things still 10 minutes into the game.
What a mentally stimulating hero.
This is like, if I'm just want to chill out in a Dota 2 game, I feel like just picking Sand King is the easy way to go. Just pick something that can cut waves so you can ignore the entire game for 20 minutes and then you can figure out what you're doing.
His Vanguard on Sand King. What the?
They're actually going to stun him up. They will look for the kill on Mattjoman. He's level 8. This is a big rotation too, but I mean, he's so far deep, they basically just walk to it.
Yeah.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Well, 3-9. I think you might have made the right call. They have 3 times the kills, but only about a 1k net worth lead.
If we switch the gold graph, it's not as one-sided as last time on the course. It's just near ahead of everyone, and then pretty even
what's my gold
distribution.
graph? What's pause
Why?
again? I need to make sure that I don't hit pause.
Why, pause is F9. Oh, I meant the network graph. Gold graph is F6.
That's right. Yeah. network graph.
XP is
About
F7,
1,000.
and I don't think you have Dota Plus, so you can't see the win
No, I don't.
probability. But you know what? You know what Dota Plus is giving the Abaddon carry right now?
I win probability for the team. I would guess probably like 65.
Wow, you're about dead on 62%.
That's why I don't need Dota Plus, dude. Every time I can just guess.
Yeah, you're just an
I
experienced
am Dota
caster, you
Plus.
know.
Valve actually hires me to do all the predictions. Echo Saber up on here, by the way. Yeah, he is going for the Manta. Dude. He's going for Blink. Every question we ask, he has an answer for.
Is he stream sniping his own series? That's kind of cringe.
He's just like, oh, you think that I'm not going to be able to get on top of people? Okay. Slendy finding a free kill on the K7. Might die? No. Mattjoman not going to go for the stun. We'll just be the tier 1 tower dropping. We're nearly tilted.
We're going to have a Blink Echo Saber Manta Abaddon who can instantly silence any hero with the Echo Saber and illusions.
Badger is a
And
fan
he's
of
just going
Luna.
to kill this fucking... If the Lifestealer doesn't have good enough reactions to, like, press Q, he's just gonna die.
Look at the rune that Slendy just found again.
Oh, no. Leave Sawyer alone, dude. He just wants to play Shadow Fiend and have fun.
They're smoke ganking at the same time, too. If they run up high ground into a DD Ember, this might not be the fight they want. Will find Hype. Get a stun, get a couple of raises. Hype gonna drop, but in comes Slendy. He doesn't have too much mana right now. Obviously, just pop that DD, might continue to chase this, but there's nobody on the backside, doesn't have chains quite yet, and he will just use the DD to farm. Maybe look at Hype in the top lane instead. Hyper, excuse me. Much back off Maestro, doesn't want to initiate either. Stacks for Slendy, though. Putting the, Magnus to good use. This kind of feels like a similar game to last game, though. Both teams trading away tier 1s pretty early on. And right now is when we, last game, saw nearly tilted really start to take the lead. See what happens this game, but so far it seems a lot closer. Obviously, Nier was playing the Luna last game, easily farming his way up. And this game, he's on a... I will say questionable hero at best for core, but maybe it'll work.
Yeah, like, oh, he has, right, duh, he has the Empower, so that'll help him so much.
Yeah. Is this
It almost
faster
doesn't
than
matter.
Maelstrom Lifestealer? No.
This is just further showcasing the fact that the Cleave Crutch is fucking stupid and needs to be taken out. Fuck this. Make Magnus a real hero instead of a buff for carries.
Yeah. I actually could agree with that. It could make the hero a lot more interesting, too. Because we do see Magnus being put in a role where he has to stay near his cores.
I remember at, like, I think it was TA8, OG was the only team picking Magnus because they had Anna on their team. So they just empower him. Oh, they actually get the...
Mid lane, I'm completely missing this. That was ulti coming out from Mattjoman.
Yeah, I didn't think he was going to die, but he's got a... Yeah, he got chainsaw and then he got
Nier
ulted
wants
on.
to find the Golem right now, taking up a lot of damage. Of course, he has the ulti. Wants to try and find Alaris. Not going to go too far, though. Needs to be careful for tanking the ulti here. Alaris just going to get annihilated. Caught out completely, and I guess that's the benefit of picking Abaddon Core, is that he can just run at people, and there's not too much you can do when that ulti is up. If your team is going to form up around you, like nearly Tilted did there, they have so much catch with the ET. Makes it an easy fight for them. And it's mid laner for mid laner. But you look at the farm elsewhere, though. You know, it's Lifestealer and Abaddon tied, but Shadow Fiend, Sand King definitely on top. Magnus pretty far behind the enemy offlaners. Mattjoman gonna get stunned up. Rooted in, stomped there from Hype. Will cancel out the sleep, though. Did not connect on the ulti from Hype, unfortunately. As an ET player, I hate you, Nier. Swing forward, instantly getting sheep though. Mattjoman not finding the initiation. He wanted going for the RP, gets it. Nier just wailing away at these heroes, looking for a stomp too. Gets the ulti back. Nier's just gonna be fine. He can still fight this. Alaris getting focused down, can't get the ulti off himself. It's still on cooldown. They're gonna find Hyper. What the hell is this? Nier just cleaning up the whole team. I mean,
And
when I
you
say
doubted.
one, I mean the entire team is just helping him do it, though. That was beautiful from Jay.
You doubted Nier for a second.
He didn't have to do anything that fight. He just right clicks, dude.
Yeah, you doubted the Abaddon. Dude, I'm telling you. Remember how I said the nightmare scenario was Nier's on a hero like Luna that like just gets free farm and then just wins the game? I almost think Abaddon is worse. I don't know how they can possibly kill this guy. He's only going to get harder
Yeah,
to kill.
his ult's already off cooldown again. It's only 50-second cooldown right now with a 40-second. He's still working on Manta. He's gonna get Blink after that. Do you think it's Strength Blink, possibly? Probably not immediately after.
Not yet. Probably Swift Blink, if anything.
Oh, I guess that makes more sense too. I thought maybe the slow from Strength Blink would be nice, but and
I don't know.
also Strength Hero Abaddon, you kind of benefited from it a little bit.
Look, man, I'm not sure what the normal item progression is for a carry Abaddon. I can't analyze.
Does Sawyer Green think Nier is an elite player? Because we could just say trust the elite Abaddon player.
We could just say that. I think so. I think he's probably has a certified elite status.
Getting very close to the Manta. Dude, I just want to see him immediately blow up somebody with blinking on top of them. Pops Manta. Nothing they can do. Mattjoman gonna go for the ulti, but not really getting too much out of it. I mean, barely any damage on top of Nier. They will find Mattjoman, gets the dust, the right click's there, silence gone. Hyper was maybe trying to get the ulti off, and now K7 gonna drop himself. This guy's just running at you. You can't stop him. Blink forward. Maestro's already got the blink. Flipper is just gone as well. Hyper having to TP away.
He is simply too fast for them to walk away.
He's got 399 base move speed. And we'll see what
Plus
he has
base
when he
moves.
pops trade. 473 when he pops treads.
And he has
Or
a
not
Manta
treads,
style
sorry.
on the way.
Face boots.
Wait.
Oh, Maestro
Okay, his
mid lane
Manta
has
style
found
on the way.
Alaris. There's a lot of TPs coming out. Alaris has Invis as well, so they cannot continue to chase this. Do they have Dust? No. It's just barely missed from Hype. And Alaris needs to be very careful here. Is Nier's courier flying over him, but he's not going to take that bait. And Alaris walking underneath the tower. Weirdly there. And now Nier going to continue to chase. There's the skewer.
Oh.
Alaris just made the biggest mistake, and it will cost him his life. Nier just running him down.
He didn't even need the Manta there. But he
No,
could
he
have.
just runs him down. Yeah, he could have made it a little bit quicker, but...
He could have just done the instant silence. I want to make sure I don't miss it. I'm literally just camera following this Abaddon.
He doesn't have the blink yet, though. So we can't
He
get
doesn't need the
full-
blink,
We can't
you know,
get full
eventually-
peak potential, dude.
He's just faster than everyone else. He'll eventually just get in range.
I guess that's true.
What talents does he have there? Oh, we just got a 65 damage talent on Abaddon. Oh, fuck. He hits for 300 damage.
What is... Yeah.
I
What do you-
forgot
what do
that.
you
I
get
was
for
I was
level 20 though. It's probably armor, right? Especially against the shadow.
Oh, here comes the
silence.
silence.
Mid, the silence there after the Manta stomp as well. The Golem's gonna make a bit of space for this from the Warlock. Hyper getting caught in by the ET ulti. Is the RP I think missed. Blink must have gotten canceled or something.
the silence of a lifetime.
Almost killed the Lifestealer, but not quite. But you can see the power of this Abaddon. He just melting the Lifestealer there.
Is this a new meta carry?
I don't think it's meta. It's probably works in some niche situations. This is the last pick, of course. Mattjoman looking for initiation. Doesn't get stunned up by the Lion Maestro. Pops the fish back into him. Nier turning it around. Gets the silence on the Sand King. Stomp as well from Hype. He's been connecting on those this entire game. Mattjoman gets in this. There's a Blink ulti on the backside from Alaris. Instead, he's actually just walked in. Slendy trying to get away from this. There is a Sand King coming in. Gets the Blink. Slendy dying, but the rest of the team is just getting melted. They've lost the Shadow Fiend. Nier doesn't have ulti. He's very low. So he's got to be a little bit careful here for the next 30 seconds, but that's nothing for him. Nier just running back in. He wants to focus down Lifestealer. Pops the Manta, gets the silence, will eventually drop because of the Maelstrom procs. Kind of a questionable play there from Nier, but again, we can't question the god of Abaddon. Hyper gonna get stunned up. He has no mana right now, but still might be able to bring down Hype. Needs one more right click, can't get it. Jay doesn't want to run back into this either, and Hyper will just get kited for all eternity. Both teams just back off. They've lost the Abaddon. This is the first death for Nier this series, and he's kind
I
of...
might be reading too much into it. I think he might have misclicked or something because he started to cast Aphotic Shield on himself, and then he pressed Manta, which canceled the Aphotic Shield cast, and I think he might have lived otherwise. I think he might have accidentally just not pressed
Nice
the button.
throw. Good reactions there. I didn't see him casting Aphotic. I didn't have him highlighted.
Oh no, I had him selected like the circle started to light
Hyper,
up. I mean,
you might have just gone a bit too far. He's got no mana. Look at Nier just running, dodges the ulti from the Lina. In fact, Nier is popping the ult soon. There's this 6 skewer coming out, putting Mattjoman back on the high ground too. Hyper having to run away, gets silenced. Down goes the core.
very good skewer for Jay.
Look at Alaris just getting toyed with by Slendy as well. Slendy has chains very soon. He's still got the Yules up, but he's got to be careful with it. Does pop it out on the Ember, and they don't want to chase too much further. Take a risk here. Nier is just soloing 2 of the enemy heroes, running at them in their own jungle right now. What a clowny game. It's 25-8. I mean, I feel like they only have 8 kills on Iowa, just because, I mean, Nearly Tilted's lineup is so hard to bring down. It's Lion's really the only squishy hero.
Nier taking more of the enemy stacks. That's a staple of this series.
Yeah.
I feel like they have Roshing potential.
I mean, Curse of Avernus affects Roche too, right?
Yeah. Oh, they definitely have Roshing potential. I think they're going to walk in right now, though.
I don't think there's really any. Sand King does have some counterplay, but Mattjoman is so far bottom. I don't really think it's going to matter. Unless he has Boots of Travel. No,
They're down 8 to 25. I don't know if you want to take a Roche fight into an Abaddon when you're down 8-25 and you can't kill him.
You saw how little damage the Epicenter did to the Abaddon as well. Even when he focused him with like basically the entire duration. They really don't have a way to damage this guy.
Center is one of the weakest ultimate abilities in the game. It's a little better now that it's a cast point instead of a channel, but it is not.
It
impact.
does, yeah. The damage does feel very underwhelming.
However, if you combo it with Fatal Bonds, it can team wipe most lineups.
I mean, we
But,
saw
it's
that
pretty
with,
hard.
oh god, the Mirana Starfall plus Fatal Bonds back in TI a couple of years ago.
Awful. Fuck that. Yeah, it's exactly that kind of thing. Except Starfall was a good spell already.
Nier is just...
He's just
running
fucking with him.
Yeah, he's free kills.
What are they gonna
Got
do?
the
Kill him?
blink. He's going Basher.
I think Scotty would be pretty epic here.
Abyssal, yeah. Oh, that's right too. I think he wants Abyssal though, just like useful against the link.
That-
This is just the Lars going.
What? Why is he?
That seems like a weird cut for the Alaris.
Why would he be there against like a
He's
blink
an elite
Hex
gamer,
lion?
Snow. You can't question.
True. Okay. I don't know. Like cutting the wave is just a weird one. Oh, Roche is dead now. It's going to be.
I mean, maybe Mattjoman can steal this.
It costs his life, but
If you blink in, stun out. Could be close. I think he knows this is going on. Yeah, they're
gonna do an Impathlon here.
Go for this. Mattjoman thinking about the ulti. Getting it channeled up. There we go. Blinks in. Gets the stun on 2. It's only on to Mattjoman. Or only on to Nier, though. Sorry, Nier just going to heal this way back up. Roche very low, but they will just blink out.
He doesn't have a dispel for the dust either.
Just take their time. Run back at Mattjoman. Mattjoman might get bashed by Roche. Now Nier just crits him down and gone and go to Sand King. And now they have no counterplay. Roche down, goes to Nier, and now Nier already unkillable. Now you have to do it twice.
I'm not flaming. It's really hard to blink into Roshan like that and get multiple people with Barrow Strike. Because you have to do it instantly, because otherwise you just get Hex or some shit and you can't line it up well. But, man, if they had gotten that a little bit better and Lifestealer was inside, it actually could have been game-changing.
Yeah,
Because Abaddon
I don't
ulted.
think you kill Abaddon, like, no matter what.
I think
but
he
maybe
ulted
you
on
pick up
Roche or
another
something.
one.
So... It was a valiant effort.
I guess maybe Lifestealer isn't inside of him just because Lifestealer doesn't have a way to get outside of the pit when Sand King blinks.
No,
in.
I don't blame him. It would have literally been like an all-in
It is
play.
super risky.
Oh, the bash!
I think this might just be a dead Lifestealer. He does have Magic Immunity here very soon, but getting ran down by the Ember Spirit as well. Doesn't have
the
TP.
bash!
Gets another bash. There's an ulti inside of Flupper. 2-man stuff from Maestro out of nowhere. They're going to find everybody here. 3 heroes gone for sure. Eats the ulti on top of it. Maestro is unstoppable. This is just nearly tilted masterclass right now.
Oh, there's some Sawyer haters in the chat.
Elite gamer, by the way.
They're referencing the attempted wave cut mid.
I mean, he is the best player in League of Legends. Self-proclaimed.
He never said that. He just said he was the best mid laner.
No, well, mid's the hardest skill position.
Oh wow, mid lane. What am I gonna do? Ferry out my 20th salve this game? Real epic gameplay. You could literally teach an orangutan.
Until
to
you
play
put
mid
out
at
the
60 level.
off-lane tier list, we won't know.
I'll put out the off-lane tier
Mattjoman
list.
probably just dead. K7 gonna die after the skewer. Maestro almost dropping, but he will be just fine here. Gonna heal him back up with buybacks on Iwo. I don't know if they even want to pop him here. This is looking pretty bad. Warlock gonna be gone. Alaris, did he hit anybody with that? Pops the BKB. He can't get any of the ultis though. The raises off after that. He's just gonna drop here. Down goes Alaris. Slendy even gonna survive. Barely gets out with only 150 HP and near, I mean, he's full. Did pop the ulti there. He could maybe even turn this onto Hyper. Hyper is a little bit out of his element right now. Force staff forward into the frog. Down goes Lifestealer. He does have a buyback though if he wants to use it. This might just be the last fight of the game. This is just a complete disaster. Yeah, they've just called GG. Well, you found Maestro and the mid laner in the Ember Spirit, but that's just it. Near. Oh boy.
Yeah, that's more or less the result that I expected from this series.
I mean, they really didn't have anything. How do you counter the Abaddon there? You just have more lockdown, I guess? Kite?
The way you counter an Abaddon carry is being able to kill the rest of his team. But they just couldn't.
And yeah, Ember just super elusive. Same thing with the rest of the lineup, just tanky. Maestro.
It came more down to gold than to draft, I think. Just...
Well, I was just thinking, like, that game felt close. I mean, you look at the network chart, too. That game is relatively close to about the 20-minute mark.
Well, if you look at it, the supports are pretty even in net worth, all things considered. But the cores are a night and day difference. Like,
Yeah.
even
that's
at,
true.
like, even 25 minutes or 20 minutes into the game,
Yeah.
the cores on Dire were massively ahead.
2K gold lead. Lifestealer
Overall,
behind.
I got to give my MVP that game to the drafter, the Abaddon carry himself, Near.
Yeah, I think that's the last pick, Abaddon, out of nowhere.
Oh, God, the post-game chat. Yikes.
This team's going for. I don't know if he means that, like, for his own team,
I think he means that
or-
for his own team, and I think, the vibes are not good. Because on the Mattjoman Sawyer stack last season, they were a low-tier team, but they just had fun with it and played it out. This might be one of the disbands. Oh, there seems to be some salt from Hyper.
Just slightly. I mean, losing to.
Well,
Yeah.
overall MVP for that game 2 has to go to Near, but most elite gamer for that game has to go to Sawyer. He did pick
And it's the only option.
his elite hero.
It's the only option. And
Yeah.
now, still no wins for Shadow Fiend in League of Legends. For non MX Squire players, obviously.
Yeah, but Mike just gets carried.
True.
I think even though that game was kind of close in terms of gold, it was like 8 to 25. The experience is also like a huge factor. I don't know. Any other closing thoughts on that game?
I think we've basically covered everything near, just kind of taken over the series in game 2. So
In that case, my closing comment, as always, if you want to support the stream, subscribe to twitch.tv/USSGuam. That applies if you came here from Badger Stream too.
that is also the closing comment. There's another closing comment though. Snow.
Huh?
There's another closing comment.
Oh, fuck MX Wire.
Yeah. Yeah, alright, we're done.